Hey there, Leo. Welcome to your reading for May 2025. You start with this lizard spirit, says dream the world into being. You also have this frog spirit, says clear out the clutter. Could be a good time for both. I think it is a time for dreaming. I also feel it is a time for clearing out the clutter. Might be a good time for spring cleaning or something like that. The frogs also represent transformation, right? So a lot of you could be undergoing some sort of transformation at this time. I feel like this is like a transformation that you need to not give up on as well with that like lizard spirit. That lizard spirit card can sometimes represent needing to like stick with something, needing to not give up. So that's definitely popping into my head with those cards, especially if you're trying to make a big change in your life. And you also have the Wheel of Fortune in your first row. And the Wheel of Fortune is very good, but it could also represent needing to make a change or needing to do something that creates a bigger change in your life. And I definitely feel that. You have the Justice card, the Wheel of Fortune, and the King of Swords here. The Justice card is, let me bear with me here, Leo. I want to say something. I feel for Leo that there are some things that you think like should be a certain way. You know, it's like I do think Leos have a strong sense of, you know, justice in life, right? And but I would be careful of allowing yourself to get stuck on that. You know, it's like if you think things should be done a certain way in work or love or business, it's like thinking that could actually be keeping you stuck. The Justice card sometimes I feel is a card of like really getting down to the facts. It's like you can think or you can say to yourself, things should be this way in my life. Like if I take this action in my life, I should get this result. But is that true? I don't know. Justice says you need to find out. It's like instead of thinking that, you know, if I do this work, I get this result, or if I say this to this person, they should do this for me, or whatever. Justice card says, well, what is actually best? You know, justice is about weighing up the options, and it's about taking a neutral approach. Instead of thinking, you know, I'm not calling you a know-it-all or anything like that here, Leo, but what I am saying is like instead of thinking you know, the Justice card says find out. And that's really kind of the energy I'm getting off of this card. You have the Wheel of Fortune. You know, everyone and their mother this month has had the Wheel of Fortune, so it could be a time for us to change our fortunes. You know, the thing about the Wheel of Fortune is we have to change our fortunes. It's not, you know, it doesn't just magically happen. And I always say the best thing to do is to live at the center of the wheel here, this middle wheel. There we can see challenges as they come, and we can also see good things as they come. And the trick is very simple with the Wheel of Fortune. When a challenge pops up, we take care of it right away. And when something good comes in, we double down on it. We make it even bigger and better, and we do whatever we can to enhance it. And people always say, how do I make something good better? I'm always like, well, just do what you did the first time again. You know, if you made something good happen, do it again. Practicing gratitude is a great way to make something better. Really sitting in the moment, right? And enjoying it. Like I used to be the type of person, I would have a success and I would just like rush right past it and I would be on to the next one, right? And something that I think really changed my life is I sit with my successes now. Like when something goes right, I really sit with it and enjoy the moment. And it might sound stupid and simple, but I don't know, certainly made my life a lot better. So I think that it's a good activity, especially with the Wheel of Fortune. So doing those things would be a good idea. You have the King of Swords. You do know a lot, Leo. You know, King of Swords is a card of knowledge and wisdom, but at the same time, things have changed. And I feel the King of Swords is encouraging you to embrace that. You know, the King of Swords has these butterflies behind him, you know, and it can represent a change in the knowledge, a change in the way he believes, or a change in the things that he believes. So I feel there's definitely something about embracing change here in this first row. Same thing with the Justice card as well. Justice is about taking a neutral approach to life. And so it says, don't just assume something is going to be good or bad in anything in life. You know, being neutral and being willing to look at the evidence is the trick with the Justice card. So that's what I would do there. But let's see. I do also feel that some of you, if you're dealing with something legal, you know, this could be like justice coming in for you. So I do feel that for some of you. With the Justice card, you have the Three of Swords. Three of Swords could be like a heartbreak or sadness, of course. This could literally be justice coming in after a heartbreak. The thing about the Three of Swords is we have to remove those swords from our own heart, and we have to practice forgiveness. So the Three of Swords is about practicing forgiveness, and that's exactly what I would do with that Three of Swords energy. With the Wheel of Fortune, you have the Seven of Wands, which you have twice in this reading. Seven of Wands is a card of conviction. It says when you truly believe deep down inside that something is for you, then it's for you. So we really have to believe 110% that something is going to be successful for us to be successful. The other thing is that sometimes I feel that the Seven of Wands, he feels like he's not ready for something. He has a shoe and a boot on here, so he has two different shoes on. And the story of the Seven of Wands is that he had to rush out of his house to defend his position at the top of the hill. So it's like he feels like he's not ready. But the Seven of Wands actually says, well, you are ready for something that you feel like you're not ready for. It's like you could wait until the cows come home, but really, it's like you're as ready as you're going to be. So I kind of get that feeling on the Seven of Wands, where it's saying like, you're as ready as you're going to be. With the King of Swords, you have the Empress. Empress says you're very attractive at this time, so if you're looking for love, I would get out there. A lot of people have gotten the Empress in the month of May. It kind of makes sense because the Empress is like a May card, for sure. And, it is like spring and it is growth time or time to start new growth. So I feel that for a lot of you, you could literally just be starting new growth in your life. It could be personal growth. It could be business or career growth. But I think working on those things would be great. I also think manifestation, we're in a really good time for manifestation and practice manifestation. And that's definitely what I would do with the Empress is like practice, learning, manifesting, or do something to manifest something good in your life. Next in the area of what's coming in for you, you have this, what does it say? New moon in Gemini. It says communication is key. You have this cardinal moon. It says be bold, make the first move. So there could be some sort of move that you are making at this time. It kind of looks like communication to me. So you could be communicating something to a person or a group of people. Could be anything that you're communicating, but I would make the first move here. I also feel with the Page of Pentacles that, that be bold, make the first move card could be saying it's time to speak up. If there are moments in work or business where you hold yourself back, this would say speak up, make that first move. Like, especially if you want to speak up in a meeting or speak up at, with something else, it could be very beneficial with this Page of Pentacles energy. We do see a little bit of love in this reading. So you have the Lovers, you have this card. If you're looking for love, this definitely could be communication coming in love as well. Could be an earth sign, could be any sign, general reading, but it definitely could be a new person that you're starting to communicate with. But for the most part, I just, I really want to say that I think Leo needs to speak up in the month of May. You have the Six of Swords, which is moving on to calmer shores. Like I said, I feel May is kind of like a moving on to calmer shores type of month. Is it perfect? Hell no. But is it better? Yes, definitely better than what, the first half of the year, basically. And so I think that this is like the start of the improvements. Really, I think from June to the end of the year is the better half of the year. Like literally, I feel the second half of the year is the better half. But at least May, we're like moving towards it. We're working towards it as well, which is going to be very good. Also, probably a big transition coming in for you here, Leo. Six of Swords, they are moving on to calmer shores. But this woman and the child in the boat, they have nothing on them but the clothing on their back. So they are kind of like completely starting over. They are leaving everything behind for the hopes of a brighter future. And I do feel, I don't think all of you are doing this, but I do feel some of you are doing this, where it's like you're making a very big change, where you are kind of maybe leaving a lot behind for the hopes of a brighter future, and I feel like you will get it. So I think this is a good move for you here, Leo. You have the Three of Wands. Yeah, it's expansion time for you here, Leo, for sure. I feel it's time for Leos to like take up more space, to be out in the world more, to get more attention, all that other good stuff is what I would be doing with the Three of Wands. I also think that there's like an opportunity that you need to jump on. He's standing here at the top of this hill, and a lot of people read the Three of Wands as your ships coming in, but really those ships are pointing out of the harbor, so they've already come in, and now they're about to leave. So I don't know. Like, I don't really feel like you're going to be missing out on something, but I do get this feeling that, like, something isn't going to last forever. Or it's like, it's like an opportunity isn't going to be available forever. And I would never tell anyone to rush. Like, I think rushed decisions are always bad decisions, right? But at the same time, like, I wouldn't wait forever. And this kind of looks like something that you've been looking at for a while. So, if there's an opportunity that you see, I would take it. It could be any type of opportunity. And you have that be bold, make the first move card. He has to be bold and get on those ships. They are going somewhere where he has no freaking clue where they're going. They are just going somewhere he's never been before. So, it's like this opportunity could be something you've never done before, or it could be going somewhere you've never been before. But I would definitely take advantage of it because it will be expansive. Can't make this up. With the Page of Pentacles, you have the Knight of Cups. Definitely could be love, for sure. This could be like a knight in shining armor coming in for you here. We have divine counterparts here, High Priestess and the Hierophant. So I feel sometimes that these two are better divine counterparts than the Emperor and the Empress because it's like a more spiritual connection. There's like a more spiritual twist to the connection. And, this could be like a very spiritual person coming in for you, or the two of you are very spiritual. We even have the Lovers here. And this right here is your higher self angel. And so sometimes I do feel that the Lovers is a card of like a spiritual connection because they're being guided together by both people's higher self, if that makes sense. Probably not. With the Six of Swords, you have the Judgment card. Yes. Some of you could be receiving a judgment if you are involved in a legal situation. For those of you that are not, and for all of you, really, this is like waking up to your purpose. These people know they have to transform. The whole entire reading is talking about transformation. These people are in these coffins, and inside the coffin is their old life. Outside the coffin is their new life. Judgment is all about being called to a new life or a new direction. And, it can be a little bit, I wouldn't really say it's scary, although the Six of Swords can be a little scary because you're leaving things behind. Same thing with the Judgment card. They are leaving everything behind in their past life. They don't, they could be making a decision where it's like, they won't be seeing friends for a while. It's like if you're moving to another country or something like that, it's like you would maybe be leaving family behind and things like that. Or, if you're changing jobs, it's like maybe there are friends at your job that you wouldn't see anymore. And I kind of feel that type of transformation happening for you. The other thing that I'm getting here, Leo, is like this isn't going to happen maybe overnight. This is probably something you've been looking at. I feel like that Three of Wands, I feel like this is a nerd standing here on this card. It's like this guy has a pocket protector. This guy has a magnifying glass, probably has a pet turtle. Probably also it has a microscope at home as well, right? Like I feel that's you right now. I'm not calling you a nerd, but I feel like you've been looking at something very deeply like a nerd would, right? And yeah, that's how I feel there. So I feel like this is something that you've been contemplating for a very long time. With the Three of Wands, you have the Magician. You can have whatever you want, like that T.I. song, right? You can have whatever you like. The universe is like T.I. The universe is like a rich rapper that wants to spoil you right now, but at the same time, you have to manifest it, right? I feel like you have to bring it down to earth. The Magician also requires change. That's why the Magician is also scary because he has a snake wrapped around his waist here, and the snake is the Ouroboros. So the Magician, we have to match the thing that we want to get it. So we have to change with the Magician. And it's not like, sometimes I think people take that the wrong way. Like I'm not saying you're becoming like some sort of fake person or anything like that. You're embracing energy that you've had all along, but you're just like enhancing it with the Magician. Some of you have he's pointing towards the Lovers, so you've probably asked for this love or this connection. So there you go. Next, in the area of messages from your future self, you have the Moon and the Mountain coming up here. These two cards together can represent an emotional challenge. In Lenormand, we read combinations, and these two cards together represent like some sort of emotional challenge or like an emotional obstacle. Again, I think this is more attachment than anything else. Six of Swords, Three of Wands, Judgment. These cards can represent your attachment to certain things from the past. It's kind of like when you grow older. And, it's like, as you grow older, it's like there are certain things that you don't enjoy anymore, but you're kind of like sad that you don't still enjoy those things anymore that you did when you were a child. And, that's kind of like the feeling I get here is that you're being asked to make a change in your life. There are certain things that you can do. There are certain things you can't do anymore. And, it's just that attachment. You have the Seven of Wands, the High Priestess, and the Lovers. I mean, you are ready, is what this card is basically saying. Like, there will never be a perfect moment for you to do anything, which really the Three of Wands is my card that says, what are you waiting for? And the Three of Wands also says, there will never be a perfect moment to do anything. And I'm not going to say that you're going to miss out here, Leo, because I don't think we ever really miss out on anything that we are meant for. But at the same time, it's like, I feel this could be an opportunity that isn't going to last forever. So, I feel like you have time. There's no reason to rush, but at the same time, it's like you're ready, is what the reading is saying to me. So, I kind of feel this is saying go for it. Seven of Wands is also about boundaries. I'm cheating a little bit because I feel over the past many years, Leo has had to learn boundaries with people, mostly probably in work, where it's like maybe people have done you dirty in work, or maybe people have, done bad things to you in work. And I feel the Seven of Wands is you kind of continuing to put those boundaries up. You have the High Priestess. Again, Leo is very intuitive. I think that Leo is the most underrated intuitive in the zodiac. I say it all the time. So I think that a lot of you need to trust that intuition more. I feel you need to trust your feelings more as well with this card. The High Priestess also represents unlimited potential, which I think I say to you a lot. She has no roof over her head on this card. So the card says, like, whatever you're trying to do in your life, there is unlimited potential. There's like how much something could grow. There are no limits. The only limit is you, is what the High Priestess says. So there could be something really good coming in for you. It could be something that you are perfectly matched up to with the Lovers. And again, it doesn't have to be love. This could be something that you will love that's coming in for you. You're going to have to take it how it resonates. But, this is clearly something like an opportunity that has been divinely guided in your life. This is your higher self angel. And this higher self angel is guiding these two people together. So I feel for a lot of you, there's like an opportunity, or, it could be a person where there's a lot of potential, a lot of growth potential with the person. And I really feel this is encouraging you to like jump on it here with these two cards. I also feel if you're trying to make a choice or a decision, the Lovers usually says pick the new path or pick the new choice. It's not always true, but sometimes I just feel that the Lover says the new path is the correct path, and that is definitely what I feel for you there. With the Seven of Wands, you have the Five of Wands. Yes, conflict. This is what I feel, Leo, is maybe preventing you from making a choice or a decision right now. Is like, oh, what happens if I walk away from these people in my life? It's not like you're walking away forever. That's the other thing as well. It's like, this feels like something to me where it's you like would want to move, and you maybe wouldn't be able to be as close to certain people in your life. Or maybe you want to quit a job, but you would miss the people in your life. And we kind of said this earlier, but that's the feeling I get off of this card. It's not so much saying that you're like cutting people out. It's more that there's just a change happening. And, it's like sometimes we grow past people, and that's okay, right? That's how life works. I would also encourage Leo to look at the competition at this time, like especially in work or business, if you're trying to grow. The Five of Wands is really a card of examining the competition, seeing what they're doing, seeing what you're not doing, and then doing whatever it is that they're not doing to get a better result. With the High Priestess, you have the Hermit. Yeah, someone needs to come out of Hermit mode. So if you're looking for love, I would definitely shine your inner light. Like, get out into public, or open up, or do something. put yourself out there so that people know you exist, right? And that's definitely something that has to happen. But the Hermit also kind of says, like, you've learned all your lessons. I do feel there's, like, something about this reading that is saying you are more ready than you think. Seven of Wands, Three of Wands, like I said, is like, what are you waiting for? So the Hermit kind of says you've been through the hard part. Now it's time to, get the reward. He has the star in his lantern here, and the star is his inner light, but he needs to shine that light bright. He needs to get out into the world. With the Lovers, you have the Ten of Swords, probably having to let go of past connections and past hurts and past issues, so I would make sure that you're healed. The Ten of Swords with the Hierophant, though, is like a blessing in disguise. So some of you could be seeing how like a past connection that didn't work was actually a blessing, because it probably brought something much, much better into your life, and you could be realizing that at this time. Next, in the area of the good stuff, you have the Serendipity card and this Buy the Book card. The Serendipity card is one of my favorite cards in this deck. There's this like 4-leaf clover lifting this girl up here. So, it's like this card to me kind of says things are falling into place. Same thing with the buy the book card. It's like once you get started on this transformation or this new journey, it's like everything is going to fall into place. And I would also make sure that you are following those like synchronicities, and I would make sure you're following your intuition, and also kind of following your desire with this energy, because I think that will keep things flowing in the right direction. You have the Six of Swords, the Eight of Swords, and the Hierophant, the Six of Cups. The Six of Cups can represent a soulmate, so definitely could be a soulmate with the Hierophant and the High Priestess showing up here. Could be a very like fun, childlike connection. This card is like can represent like a much more kind of like playful connection, something that's not like too serious, something that's more enjoyable. So this is a good thing. A lot of people read this as a card of someone from the past. I do not. It is a card of innocence and nostalgia. It does not represent an ex coming back. It can represent thinking about the past, but it doesn't say that a person is coming back. And if anything, it's coming up in the good stuff. So I think that this is a new person if you're looking for love. The Six of Cups can also represent needing to embrace your inner child. It does seem to be a little bit more of a playful month. Like, even looking at all the other readings I've done, there has been like a little bit of a focus on not taking things too seriously. So I think being more playful, fun, go with the flow would be very helpful. You have the Eight of Swords here. The Eight of Swords and the good stuff would say you're getting unstuck, which is good. So a lot of you could be unsticking yourself with the Eight of Swords. You could be setting yourself free from something that has kept you stuck for a while, which is great with the Eight of Swords. You could also be creating more freedom in your life in general. So if you have been feeling like stuck in the sense that you haven't been able to do the things you want, or maybe there have been certain obstacles in your life, this could represent the removal of those obstacles. You have the Hierophant. Again, the Hierophant can represent blessings. He is blessing these two people in front of him, so there definitely could be some blessings coming in. There could also be a blessing in disguise that you're realizing, something that didn't work out in the past. You could finally be realizing that it was a blessing. Of course, again, this could also be a divine counterpart. With the Six of Cups, you have the Ace of Wands. Yes, probably a lot of desire between you and this person. So if you're attracting love, could be very fiery, very passionate. I also feel a lot of you could be like returning to a passion. I feel Leo for such a long time has been forced to like do things that they're not passionate about, or has been, it's like responsibility. Is the best way I could put it. I feel like Leo has had to deal with responsibility for too long. And I feel you want more playfulness in your life. So I feel this is kind of a little bit of a return to passion, where you don't have, it's like, I don't even know how to say it, Leo. I wish I had words to say to you right now, but I don't. But it's like there's not so much responsibility. We have to be responsible in life, of course. That's not what I'm saying. But it's like those the responsibilities that are a burden are being removed from your life. I think it's like you're being able to be more playful. With the Eight of Swords, you have the Four of Swords. Four of Swords, of course, can be resting, relaxing, recovering. So a lot of you could be like healing or resting, relaxing, recovering right now with the Four of Swords. A lot of you could be hoping and praying for blessings. He is hoping and praying for a blessing. There's a person blessing another person in the stained glass window, so definitely could be blessings. With the Hierophant, you have the Temperance card. Yeah, two things that mix together. So if this is love, the Temperance card is like alchemy. You literally could be attracting something, like a person, where the two of you create magic. Or, you could be attracting something else in your life where you and the thing that you're doing create magic together. So I kind of get a little bit of a magical feeling on those cards. Here you go. You have this vase card. It says secret admirer on it. I don't like, either you have a secret admirer clearly, or you are the secret admirer. I don't know. You're gonna have to take it how it resonates here, Leo. But I would do something like get attention. If you are not the secret admirer, I would be putting myself out there more with that Hermit card, and especially if you're looking for love. If you are the secret admirer, I don't know. You're gonna have to do something with this energy that's showing up here. You have this rooster. It says an arrogant, boastful person you should not cross. I think you've learned a lot about like the type of people that you can allow into your life. I've said this to you before, but we were talking about like issues with people at work or in business, and I feel this is saying, just don't allow this type of person into your life. You have this fair man card. It says dealings or relationships with a man with blonde, gray, or white hair. You have this bull card. It says, do not back down from opposition, show strength and fortitude. I kind of feel like this is you, and it doesn't matter if you're not a man. I feel like this is just saying the person I'm reading for needs to, stand up for themselves and needs to not back down from competition. You have the Five of Wands as well, and that's what I would do. You have this table. It says hard work ahead. I think this is good hard work because we see results in this reading. And, what I would say here is that, yeah, there could be some hard work that you're going to be doing, but it will be worth it. You have this carriage card. It says a journey, either physical or mental. Yeah, I think journeying, adventuring is definitely highlighted at this time for basically everyone. So if there are any journeys that you could go on, I would. For some of you, it's clear to me that you could be making a change that is a journey that is like pulling you away from certain people, but, looks good. So I like this. Thank you for being here, Leo, and definitely enjoy your month.